Hello, and welcome back to Funnelheads. My name is Andrew, and today we're going to be touring all of the history on board the Carnival celebration. We're going to look at original items, reproductions, and so much more. Now, I had so much fun doing this video, so I do hope everybody enjoys it. This is going to be a great video if you're like us and just absolutely love, cruise artifacts, history, as well as Carnival cruise lines, or you're going on the Carnival celebration or looking at, booking the Carnival celebration and want to get an idea of what you're going to see on this ship. Now, if you are looking for more of a full ship tour after this video, we did an entire complete tour of the Carnival celebration from front to back, top to bottom, and with commentary, so you get some good tips and tricks as well as a little bit of detailed information about each area. I'll put that video in the description box for you. Now, real quick before we get into today's video, if you like cruise informational videos like this, ship tours, family vlogs, and so much more, consider subscribing, liking the video. It helps tremendously and we certainly appreciate it. And, ask questions about anything below and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. But let's get it started. Alright, so we're going to actually start on the original side of the list, work ourselves into the reproductions as well as some miscellaneous items. But the first thing that's going to be on the list is the 1934 Rolls-Royce Saloon. Now, this piece of Carnival history is really special to us, to our family. Of course, we've seen this car before the Carnival celebration on the Carnival Ecstasy, where it used to stay in the City of Lights area. Now, like I said, this car kind of holds a special place in our heart because we were on the last sailing of the Carnival Ecstasy. We vividly remember this car being on it. We also announced the gender of our boy on the Carnival Ecstasy 9 years ago at this point. So like I said, this one was really special to see. Of course, before they put it on the Carnival celebration, they fully restored this vehicle, so it does look quite a bit different. It actually went to Finland to an antique car restoration place before they were able to load it onto the Carnival celebration. Now the Rolls-Royce is a centerpiece for the Carnival celebration right outside the main gateway, one of the big theme areas on the celebration, and you can see it right outside the Golden Jubilee. Next up, as far as an original piece, we have the Carnival's Nightclub doors that are actually going to be at the entrance of the Golden Jubilee, right to the right of the Rolls-Royce. Now, they're massive brass doors. You can absolutely not miss them. Although, in saying that, I absolutely did. I didn't really notice them until I actually found a piece of literature about them, and then I was just blown away. Now, these nightclub doors, like I said, were on board the Carnival, but the nightclub was actually named the Mardi Gras. I know that's kind of confusing, but it was on board the Carnival. Absolutely original piece and just another, great addition to this beautiful ship. Now, on the opposite side of the Carnival's nightclub doors, you have mirror insets. Now, these mirror insets are actually a part of the Carnival's main lobby doors, and they are, on the bar front. Not only that, but the actual bottle display in the Golden Jubilee was actually inspired by these insets, which I think is really cool and kind of makes the whole room to come together. Now, moving on to number 4 for the original pieces, and this has to be one of my favorites, at least a top 3 for sure, and that is going to be the Bulkhead that was on board the original Mardi Gras. Now, this piece was first installed in the first class Mayfair Lounge on board the Empress of Canada. area. Of course, this ship went on to become Carnival's first ship, the Mardi Gras, in 1972. Now 12 of the glass panels are etched with a Canadian floral motif, and when she became the Mardi Gras, this partition stood between the Showboat Club Casino and the main staircase. Like I said, this one is one of my favorites. It just makes the entire Golden Jubilee area absolutely pop. I just love everything about this piece, and I'm so happy and thankful to have the opportunity to not only see it, but also touch a piece of, cruise ship history. Moving on to the next original item, and actually if you're looking at the original Mardi Gras glass bulkhead, you're going to turn around and you will see the Carnival's engine Telegraph. Now this 1955 built engine order Telegraph was used to communicate orders from the pilot on the bridge to the engine room to power the ship at desired speed and direction. The Telegraph was originally installed on the Carnival portside bridge wing, and now it is located in the Golden Jubilee. Now continuing on with the original items, and we're staying in the Golden Jubilee, and if you haven't realized, this is where a lot of the items are. However, there is a good amount of, cruise artifacts and history kind of scattered on the entire ship. So we are going to go to different areas, but continuing on the original items, we have the Carnival Fascination Tabletops, again located in the Golden Jubilee. Now these tables once aligned Carnival Fascination's Hollywood Boulevard, and they have various scenes from American movie classics. Michelle and I were having fun each and every night because of course there's live music a lot of nights in the Golden Jubilee, so we were trying to switch tables every opportunity we could get so we could see a different tabletop. Again, it's original and they have all different classic movies on them, so it was really just cool seeing all of them up close and personal. Another item in the Golden Jubilee is actually going to be the original Carnival Celebration builder plate. Now this is located on the back wall, and I'm probably going to butcher a couple of these words, so I apologize in advance, but the builder's plate is from Kokum Varv Shipyard in Malmö, Sweden, originally installed on the Carnival Celebration's exterior hull, and now it is on the back wall where the performers are, going to sing and dance on stage, and just another amazing addition to this area. And the last piece of original history in the Golden Jubilee is going to be the Ted Arison sculpture. Now, of course, this is a bronze sculpture depicting Carnival's founder, Ted Arison, and president of the shipyard where Carnival's Sensation was built. Now, the sculpture was gifted to Carnival by the shipyard and was previously displayed on board the Carnival Sensation. Now, I think that this sculpture was on board another Carnival ship at one point. I could have swore I've seen this sculpture before. So if you've seen it before, not on the Carnival Celebration, let me know in the comment section below. It may be, me just thinking of a different sculpture, but I could have sworn it was like on, the Carnival Miracle or the Pride or something like that. So let me know. Maybe I am mistaken for something else. Moving on to our next original piece, and we are moving from the Golden Jubilee and we are going to guest services because that is where the lift murals are located. Another item from the Carnival Ecstasy, and we saw these up close and personal on board the Carnival Ecstasy, and now they're right here on the Carnival Celebration. Now these murals were displayed in the lift lobbies of the Carnival Ecstasy. These murals are a part of a collection specially created by kinetic artist Len Giancolo, I think I said that right. They are made to convey the sensation of motion with changing colors, patterns, and creating a prismatic effect. And what better way to appreciate a cruise ship than motion art like this? And so thankful that they have been saved from the Carnival, Ecstasy, and are now on board the Carnival Celebration. Now the last original item that we know of, there may be more, so if you know of anything else that's on board the Carnival celebration, definitely let us know in the comment section below. Not only would I love to know, but I'm sure anybody going on this ship in the near future would like to know as well. But that's going to be the glass murals. Now, these glass murals are actually located in the Aquaria bar, and they were created by renowned Venetian glass artist Luciano Vistasi. Hopefully I said that right. And were previously in Neptune's Way Promenade on the Carnival Victory. Now, although we didn't go to this bar a lot on the Carnival celebration, this bar, just the look of it blew us away, and it was all thanks, to these glass murals and the lighting. It just took our breath away. So beautiful. It's of course right off of Celebration Station, where you can grab a drink at the Aquaria bar, watch some live entertainment, and what better way to honor the Carnival Victory than to have those glass murals right in kind of the hub of the ship. Now let's move into some of the reproductions of Carnival history. And if you notice that my shirt has changed, or my hoodie, it is because I had a hockey game yesterday, and unfortunately I couldn't finish recording yesterday, so we're going to go ahead and finish it today. Now the first reproduction item that we're going to talk about is again back in the Golden Jubilee, and that is going to be the lounge chairs. Now these chairs are inspired by the design used on board the Carnival in the Riverboat Lounge, and they match perfectly with the tables in this venue. The second reproduction item are actually going to be the glass mirror sketches that are again located in the Golden Jubilee. You can find these on the back wall near the stage where the band is going to perform live music for you. Now the artwork on the mirrors are reproductions of hand-drawn sketches by Joe Farkas, which if you don't know who Joe Farkas is, he was basically the main architect or the architect for Carnival Cruise Lines, basically from, I want to say, the early 90s to mid 2000s. I don't know the exact dates, but he is the one that had like the wow factor back then. Now we can kind of look at some of the ships and be like, what was he thinking? But at the time, it was really, really, original and out of the box creativity. On the left mirror, you have the Carnival Fantasy, and on the right mirror, you have Carnival Fascination. Now, the third reproduction is again in the Golden Jubilee, this time located in the bar section of Golden Jubilee. If you look up on the ceiling, around the trim of the ceiling, you can see the blueprints. Again, these are reproductions. Now these reproduction blueprints, sketches, and drawings depicted iconic profiles and features of some of the ships, and these blueprints were made by Joe Farkas again and Pete Kumak. I think I said that name right. Now the fourth reproduction item is again in the Golden Jubilee bar, and I would have never even seen this item unless I was reading absolutely everything in regards to this ship, and that is the maple leaf floor motif that you can find in the bar in the tile. I have a video of it here. Now this maple leaf floor motif is a callback to the original Mardi Gras, because of course the original Mardi Gras was previously a Canadian Pacific ocean liner named Empress of Canada. The ship had maple leaf designs in the balcony railings of the Grand Ballroom, as well as many hidden maple leaves throughout the ship. So this is just a great callback to that original Mardi Gras ship. Now, following the reproductions that we went over, we're going to list just several cool history pieces. They're not necessarily original pieces or reproductions, but just a little bit of history that the ship has, just in case, again, you love this kind of stuff. Starting off with the original logo of Carnival. I want to say this was the logo, in the 90s and earlier, maybe into the 2000s as well. But this is found in the Golden Jubilee bar menu. Next up, you have several names of venues on the Carnival celebration that were past names of cruise ships. Outside of the Your Time Dining restaurant, you do have the ship model of the original Carnival as well. Next one is a pretty easy one to spot, but in case you don't look down, in the Golden Jubilee, you do have all of the ship coins of each of the past and, of course, current Carnival ships. And last but certainly not least is one of our favorite areas. Again, it's in or right outside of the Golden Jubilee, and it's going to be the history of portholes. Now, the Porthole Gallery is a journey through Carnival's first 5 decades of key design milestones, highlighting the love, fun, and an attention to detail that they put into each and every ship of their fleet, starting off in the 1970s, which of course was the first fun ships of Carnival Cruise Line, including the original Mardi Gras. Next up, you have the 1980s porthole, which is the birth of entertainment architecture. Now, this is involving the holiday class of cruise ships, of Carnival cruise ships, and one of the main highlights on one of the ships is going to be the trolley car, and that was a huge staple, an out-of-the-box idea that really felt, huge at the time. Following the 1980s, of course, we have the 1990s, and that is going to be the elevating of the atrium with the fantasy class ships. Now, 8 fantasy class ships came to market in that decade, and only 2 remain to this day. What are the 2 remaining fantasy class ships? Let me know in the comment section below. Now, in my opinion, this porthole was an absolute game changer for Carnival Cruise Line and the fantasy class in general. I still just remember the first time that I walked into the atrium and, looked up all the way to the ceiling, looked around, saw the beautiful glass elevators gliding, from that, main atrium deck all the way up to the Lido deck. I still have chills, to this day walking in, on one of those ships, but absolute game changer. Every time I think of this, concept or this porthole of history, I immediately think of the Carnival Ecstasy with the neon lights everywhere, changing throughout the day, lighting up at night, and it was just absolutely amazing. Next up, we have the 2000s porthole, and this is the reimagined icon. We're talking about that, famous whale tail that Carnival has. It's changed, of course, throughout the years. At the beginning, there was no whale tail, then it was skinny and tall, then it was translucent, now it's kind of short and fat, but it's always been, that staple on Carnival Cruise Lines. But in the 2000s, they made it translucent and it really stood out. Not only that, but they also introduced Carnival's first specialty restaurant, which of course was located inside the iconic funnel, and this same funnel served as the ceiling of the atrium. So just a really cool, different look on this class ship. Next up, we have the 2010s porthole, and this is crafting new experiences, which are on board, of course. The fun ships evolved with the creation of branded experiences such as Red Frog Pub, Alchemy Bar, Blue Iguana Cantina, and then the Red Frog Tiki Bar were introduced, of course, on the XL class. The Tiki Bar was first introduced on the recreated Carnival Mardi Gras, and it's been on, each of the XL class cruise ships as well. This again was a game changer for Carnival, so it seems every decade that we move through history, they're, reintroducing new key features, new designs, and this 2010 porthole was no different. Of course, introducing all of these brand new concepts, giving it back to the guests to just have more fun on board, and that's what it's all about. Now, unfortunately, they do not have a 2020s porthole just yet, but I thought it would be a cool idea just to talk about what might be on that. And what I'm thinking is the Grand Central that is located on the new XL class. This central area has really redefined, these cruise ships in this period. So I think that's what's going to be, in that porthole of history moving forward. But we'll have to wait and see. We absolutely love having that central area. Now, we do miss the atrium. Don't get me wrong. This is kind of a recreated atrium. But again, I just miss that feeling of, getting on the ship and just seeing that wow factor of how big the ship is, how how tall it is. But this is a really great area to see additional live entertainment, to catch glimpses of different activities, you know, that's going on through the day while you're walking by, and just a beautiful, amazing area that are on board the XL class ships. Now, I do have two questions for everybody. First of all, what is your favorite piece, whether it's original or reproduction, that's currently on the Carnival celebration? And two, as far as the porthole of history section goes, which porthole do you think, you know, meant the most to Carnival Cruise Line? In your opinion, which one do you like the best? Now, for me, my favorite piece on board is going to definitely be the glass bulkhead from the original Mardi Gras. It absolutely blew me away when I realized, you know, how old that piece was and the history of it. And then as far as the porthole of histories, I have to go with elevating the atrium. Absolute game changer for the cruise industry as a whole, but especially Carnival Cruise Line. I love the atrium aspect. I still get chills to this day. Doesn't matter, you know, what class ship it is. You know, it just blows us away when we get on board and we know we're on a Carnival ship. Now, that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for your continued support. It really does mean the world to us. Now, again, if you do enjoy these videos, please hit the like button. It helps me out tremendously. Of course, if you like cruise content like this, you know, consider subscribing. We'd love to have you join our little cruise community, and hopefully we'll see you right back here in the next video or on a cruise ship one day. Catch you later.
I woke up with the sun today, rolled out of bed and said, I'm gonna have some fun today, and that's just what I did. The birds were singing, come outside, I felt giddy like a kid. If life is like a swimming pool, you know I'm jumping in. We got the perfect summer day, so put me in your plans. You know that this doesn't happen every day, so everybody clap your hands. Cause when we raise on high, every hand in the sky, we're the super fans, feeling grand in the grandstands. Shout it out, make some noise, make it loud, soaking up the lovely weather, everything just comes together. I woke up feeling good today, my journey has begun. I gotta give a shout out to the green grass and the sun. It's a long way off, a tricky shot, but I know it can be done. Another day, another game, another hole in one, yeah. We got the perfect summer day, so put me in your plans. You know that this doesn't happen every day, so everybody clap your hands. Cause when we raise on high, every hand in the sky, we're the super fans, feeling grand in the grandstands. Shout it out, make some noise, make it loud, soaking up the lovely weather, everything just comes together. Lift them up, all the hands, all in one, we're the super fans, feeling grand in the grandstands. And keep them there, all the hands in the air, we're wishing it could last forever, baby, put your hands together. The weather's just so fine, wish I could bottle time. Cause if you only pause, you'll hear the crowd applaud. They're cheering for you now, stand up and take a bow. You know that you deserve it, today is picture perfect. Raise on high, every hand in the sky, we're the super fans.